In this video, I will be demonstrating how to set up and use the Student Gradebook Spreadsheet. I will begin with this sheet, which has already been filled out, to explain some of the features of this spreadsheet. You'll notice that several grades have already been entered for homework, quizzes, exams, and attendance. In this example, homework is worth 10% of the final grade, quizzes are worth 25%, exams are worth 30%, and attendance is worth 15%. The final exam is also worth 10% in this example, but that is not entered anywhere. Its value is accounted for in the formula present in these cells. The percentages for each graded item were calculated and displayed with a color scale going from green at 100% through yellow at 80%, and finally red at 60% or below. The scores for each category of assignment are added up, the average calculated, and its impact on the final grade displayed here. We can then see the current overall grade in this course, which at this point is an 89.91%, and any bonus points that have been earned. Because bonus points are calculated in many different ways, depending on the instructor's preference, they are only entered here for your own records. They do not influence any calculations. There is also a section for any items that were dropped from the final score. Here, Quiz 4 was dropped, so a record of the score was made in the dropped items area, and its score deleted from the quizzes area. Lastly, we have the required final exam score calculation. In this example, we have to earn just over a 90% to make an A. This can be difficult and is shown as in a reddish color because of that. Keeping a B is easier and is shown in green. The negative value, shown for a C, indicates that we cannot make below a C unless other course policies are in effect, such as having to attend a certain number of lectures or you lose a letter grade. Now we are ready to download and set up a new gradebook. In the description below this video, you will see a link that will bring you to this page. Here, you can download the template for setting up your student gradebook. You can click on File and then Download to get a copy of the template. Then click on the file to open the blank gradebook and click Enable Editing. You can then save a version of the gradebook for each of your courses. This is done by clicking on File and Save As, selecting a folder that you want to use, and renaming the gradebook to match the course. Here we are going to call this the Student Gradebook for Chemistry 1. Now we are ready to begin setup. In order to set up a student gradebook, you are going to need to locate your course syllabus. In your syllabus, you should be able to find the point values associated with each category of assignment: homework, quizzes, exams, attendance, and any other items. The percentages for these values may be given directly, or you may have to calculate them. If they are given, you can enter them directly. For example, homework is worth 10%, quizzes are worth 25%, exams are worth 40%, and attendance is not taken, making it a 0%. If your syllabus does not give you the percentages, but does give you the point value for each assignment and the number of assignments, you can go down to this tab and use this tool to calculate the percentages. Let's say that this course has 5 homework assignments worth 5 points each, 3 quizzes worth 50 points each, 2 exams worth 75 points each, 1 point for attending each of 25 lectures, and a final exam worth 150 points that only occurs once. There is a space for other categories that may be present, and setting that up will be discussed in another video showing more advanced modifications. Now we can take our calculated percentages, 5% each for homework and attendance, and 30% each for quizzes and exams, and enter those values in the gradebook. If this is the beginning of the semester, you may want to enter some placeholder grades so your final doesn't look so impossible. You can do this by simply placing a 1 in the first row of each grade category. These will be overwritten when you enter your first grade for that particular category. Several college courses have a grading scale that differs from the traditional 90% for an A, 80% for a B, and so on. In that case, we have to modify our required final exam score area. For this course, we will say that an A goes down to 88%, a B goes down to 76%, and a C all the way down to 60%. Simply changing the labels does not fix the calculation. We have to edit the formula present in these cells. Here, the 0.9 represents the 90% previously needed for an A. We need to change this to a 0.88 for this new grade scale. We then change the 0.8 to a 0.76 in this cell, and the 0.7 to a 0.60 in this cell. Now we are ready to enter some grades. In this example, we'll say that the course is about halfway finished. 3 homework assignments, 2 quizzes, and 1 exam have been graded and returned. Each homework assignment was worth 5 points. That can be entered under the maximum possible column 3 times for each of the assignments. On the first one, we made a perfect score, 5 out of 5. The second assignment was more difficult, and we only made a 3 out of 5. We worked harder on the third and made a 4 out of 5. 2 quizzes were each worth 50 points, and we will enter that again under the maximum possible column. The first quiz was a challenge, and we only earned 37 out of 50. We studied more for the second quiz and made a 46 out of 50. The first exam was worth 75 points, and we made a 67 on it. Let's say class has been going for 12 sessions, and we have attended 11 of them. At this point, we have an 86% in the course. If class suddenly ended tomorrow, we would need to make a 92 on the final exam to get an A, or only a 52 to earn a B. Now we'll say the semester is nearly over. All assignments have been graded. On the 2 remaining homework assignments, we made a 4 out of 5 and a 5 out of 5. On the last quiz, again worth 50 points, we made 42 out of 50. And we made a 68 out of 75 on the last exam. We also attended all of the remaining lectures, giving us a 24 out of 25 for attendance. Also, our instructor has told us that the lowest quiz score will be dropped. That means our quiz 1 score, a 37 out of 50, will be dropped. We'll make a record of that in the dropped items area, and then we will delete it from the quiz area. Our new overall grade in the course is an 89%, and to get an A in the course, we only need to make an 85 on the final. I hope you enjoy using the student gradebook, and thanks for watching.